The cool breeze touched your skin as you stepped onto the balcony. The sky was grey like your heart. Your hands wiped your face again, but your cheeks were still wet from the tears. You looked up and whispered to yourself, "Why didn't he shout at me like that? I just wanted to help. I didn't touch that photo on purpose." You bit your lower lip hard as another tear slipped out. "Enough, man, stop it. He doesn't care, he never did. You can't keep hurting yourself like this." You folded your arms and leaned against the wall. No more talking to him, no more worrying about him. Your self respect is more important than anything. Just be there for Gia, that's it. You took a deep breath, wiped your eyes, and went downstairs. As you reached the living room, Gia came out from her room. Her smile faded the moment she saw your face. Her eyes narrowed with concern. "Man, what happened to your face?" You quickly looked away. "Nothing, Gia." "No, your eyes are red. Were you crying?" she asked softly. You forced a smile. "Ah, no, some dust got into my eyes when I went to the storeroom." She walked closer, placing her small hand on yours. "Are you sure?" You nodded. "Don't worry, Gia, I'm okay." Just then Jungkook walked past, heading toward the kitchen. You didn't even glance at him, but Gia's eyes caught something. "Oppa, wait!" she shouted. Jungkook stopped for a second but didn't turn around. "Your hand is bleeding." He tried to ignore her and took another step. Gia ran to him and blocked his way. "No, you can't walk like this. Come with me." "Gia, it's nothing," he said coldly, but she held his injured hand gently and frowned. "You're not fine. It's still bleeding, Oppa." She removed her hair ribbon and quickly tied it around his hand like a bandage. "Come upstairs now," she demanded with a soft but serious tone. In her bedroom, Gia made Jungkook sit on the bed. She opened the drawer and took out the first aid kit. "You always do this," she scolded, cleaning his wound gently. "Why do you keep hurting yourself?" Jungkook sat there quietly, his eyes stared at the floor, his jaw clenched tightly. He wasn't listening. He was thinking of you, your tears, your trembling voice, your sad eyes when he yelled at you, the sound of the glass breaking. Gia noticed he wasn't reacting. She sighed, looking up. "Papa, what's wrong?" He blinked slowly. "Tell me, please. Why did you do this to your hand?" she asked, putting on the ointment carefully. Then he whispered in a low voice, "I don't like wine coming to our mansion." Gia froze. "What?" He looked away. "I felt uncomfortable when she is here." "But why?" she asked. "I don't want her around me," he said flatly. "Can you just stop her from coming to our mansion?" You were walking past her room quietly. Your phone had started ringing. It was left in Mr. John's room earlier when you were cleaning that room. But your legs froze the moment you heard your name. You stood outside Gia's room, heart pounding. "He doesn't like me. He feels uncomfortable because of me." You covered your mouth with your palm, trying not to sob. Tears rolled down your cheeks again, your hands curled into fists as pain hit your chest, harder than before. "He really hates me. Why did I even try? Why did I care?" You quietly walked away, went to Mr. John's room, grabbed your phone, and answered the call. When are you coming back?" your mother asked on the call. You swallowed hard. "I'm coming now, Mom." You didn't wait anymore. You went to your room, picked up your bag, and packed your things quickly. No note, no goodbye. You just walked out of the mansion, silently broken-hearted. After a while, Gia and Jungkook came downstairs together. Jungkook's hand was fully bandaged. Gia looked around the hall. "Where is wine, maid Azuma?" she asked. The maid bowed lightly and replied, "She left, miss." She didn't say anything, just picked her things and walked out. Gia's eyes widened. "She left? But she didn't even tell me." Jungkook was silent. Gia turned to him slowly. "I think she heard what you said." He looked at her confused. "What?" Gia folded her arms. I think she walked past my room when you said you don't like her here. He looked down again. Gia clenched her jaw. You heard her, Appa. He didn't answer. It's good that she won't come from tomorrow. He muttered quietly and walked away to his room. Gia watched him leave and whispered to herself. You're lying, Appa. You care about her more than anyone. Then why are you pushing her away? Jungkook left from there silently without answering to Gia. Meanwhile, you entered your house. The moment you closed the door behind you, tears started spilling from your eyes. Tears poured out of your eyes as you finally let go of everything. No one saw you crying this time, not Gia, not Jungkook, just the four walls of your lonely room. I was never meant to say in this story. I will never go back there again. Never. Your mother came out from the kitchen and stopped the moment she saw your face. Why? What happened? Why are you crying? She asked in shock, hurrying to you. You couldn't speak. Your throat felt tight. You looked at her with tear-filled eyes and suddenly hugged her tightly. Your arms wrapped around her waist and you buried your face in her shoulder. Vine, she whispered gently, patting your back. He cried softly in her arms. Tell me, my child. What happened? She asked again. You sobbed. Mom, I love him. She pulled back a little, confused. Oh, Jungkook, you said quietly. I love Jungkook. Your mom's eyes widened in surprise. You wiped your tears and looked around. I tried to help him today. I cleaned his father's room and I found an old photo. I thought it was just something normal, but he shouted at me like I broke something very precious. Your voice shook as you remembered. He screamed at me, Mom. Told me not to touch his things. Told me he doesn't like me in the mansion. You sniffed and said, he said it in Gia's room. I heard it with my own ears. Your mother's face changed. She became angry. What? He shouted at you like that? She asked. You nodded. I feel so stupid, Mom. I always try to understand him. I thought he just needed some support. But he doesn't even want to me near him. You whispered, I don't want to go to his house again, Mom. Never. You said firmly, wiping your face. Your mom sighed and sat down on the couch. She slowly ran her fingers through your hair. Listen to me, Wine. Rich boys like him, they don't understand emotions. She said sharply. You looked up at her. They always think they can treat people however they want. You stayed quiet. You gave him your time, your heart, your tears. And what did he give you back? Pain. Her words made your chest feel heavy. You deserve better, sweetheart, she whispered. You slowly nodded and got up. I will go to my room, you said softly. She kissed your forehead and said, rest. Don't think too much. Meanwhile, in his dark bedroom, Jungkook sat on the edge of his bed. His eyes were stuck to the floor. The broken glass photo frame lay on his table. Blood stains were still on his hand. He whispered softly to the air. I'm sorry, Van. His voice cracked. I didn't mean to shout at you. I was just scared. He leaned forward and held his head. He looked at the floor with guilt. He saw your eyes, the way they filled with tears. He saw the way your lips trembled when he shouted. He clenched his jaw. You didn't deserve that. He stood up and walked to the window. Outside the night was quiet, but his heart wasn't. He whispered again, I'm sorry, Vine, but I had to do this. I have to push you away. He rested his forehead against the window. You are too good for my world. If you stay close to me, you are only get hurt more. This is for your good. Back in your room, you were lying on your bed. The lights were off. Only the soft moonlight touched your face. Your eyes were open, but they were tired. You hugged your pillow tightly, your tears wetting the cover. You whispered into the pillow, why do I still love you? After all this pain, no one answered, only silence and your broken heart. It had been a few days since you last stepped outside your house. You didn't go to Jungkook's mansion. You didn't call Gia. You didn't answer her calls either. Your phone kept ringing sometimes, but you ignored it. You didn't want to speak to anyone, not after what you heard. Your heart was still broken. You stayed in your room all the time, lying in bed, staring at the ceiling, hugging your pillow. The silence in your room was heavy. Even your mother stopped asking questions. Until today, the door creaked open slowly. You didn't move. When your mom said softly, walking inside with a tray of food. She came and sat beside you on the bed. You haven't eaten anything since morning. Please eat something now. You sat up slowly, not saying a word. She placed the tray in front of you. I know you're hard. I know it's not easy, but you have to take care of yourself, right? You looked down and nodded slowly. She placed her hand on your back and rubbed it gently. Vine, I have never forced anything on you, never asked for anything. You turned to her slowly. She looked into your eyes serious now. But today, I want to ask for something. You blinked. What is it, Mom? She held your hand gently. I'm doing this for your own good, my child. Please trust me. You were quiet for a moment. You looked at her tired eyes and kind face. She had always supported you, always stayed strong for you. You slowly nodded. Okay, I promise. I will listen to you, Mom, just this one time. A smile spread on her face. She kissed your forehead and said, Good girl, I will tell you everything when the time is right. You gave a small smile, trusting her. She fed you small bites of lunch with her own hands, like when you were a child. You didn't have much appetite, but you ate for her. Once you finished your lunch, she took the tray and got up. You rest now, and don't worry about anything. Everything will be okay. You nodded as she left the room, but the moment she went downstairs, her face changed. She took out her phone quickly and dialed a number. Hello, she said quietly. Yes, it's me, she agreed. She whispered, she promised me she will do what I say. The voice on the other side replied something. Yes, start the marriage arrangements. I will handle the rest, she said with a confident smile. Then she added, she is in pain now, so it's the right time. She will agree without a fight. She cut the call and sighed in relief. Now I'll marry my daughter to someone better, someone who is rich, well settled and respectful, not like that Jungkook. She walked to the kitchen to hide her smile. Back in your room, you were lying on your bed again. You looked at your phone, still no new message from Jungkook. Still nothing from Jia. You turned the phone face down. You looked out the window. Your heart is still aching. You whispered to yourself, did he really hate me that much? You thought about the way he shouted at you, the way he said, I don't like her coming to the mansion. You closed your eyes as your chest tightened. I don't want to think about him anymore. I will do what Mom says. Maybe she is right. Maybe love is not for me. A tear rolled down your cheek, but this time you didn't wipe it. You were too tired to cry anymore. You turned your side and hugged your pillow again. Somewhere deep in your heart, a quiet voice still whispered, what if he didn't mean it? What if he is hurting too? But you ignored it because sometimes love just isn't enough. It was 2 days later, your phone kept buzzing again and again. Jungkook was calling, but you didn't pick up. You didn't reply to his texts either. You stayed at the screen silently, letting the phone ring and go dead. You turned your phone off finally and threw it on the bed. Why now, Jungkook? What do you want now? You mumbled to yourself. You lay down and closed your eyes, trying to sleep, but your heart was heavy. It was midnight. The room was dark and quiet. You were sleeping peacefully when suddenly your window creaked open slowly. A shadow slipped inside your room. You stirred a little, sensing something. Then your eyes opened and you saw a figure near your bed. You gasped and were about to scream when suddenly It's me, Jungkook. He quickly covered your mouth with his hand. Your eyes widened in shock. He looked at you with serious eyes and whispered, "Don't scream, please. I need to talk to you." You pushed his hand away. "Are you crazy? What are you doing in my room?" "I had no other choice," he said. "You're not taking my calls, not replying to my messages." You turned away, your voice cold. "I don't want to talk to you. Get out." He held your wrist. "Wine, please. Just 10 minutes. That's all I'm asking. Just 10 minutes and I will leave." You looked at his face. He looked tired, desperate. His eyes were slightly red. You sighed. "Fine. Say it fast." Suddenly he stepped closer and pinned you gently to the wall beside your bed. You were shocked. "Jungkook, I need you to listen to me properly," he said. "No running away this time." You swallowed nervously. "Okay, go ahead." He took a deep breath. "You remember Ria, right? The girl you thought was my girlfriend." You nodded slowly. "Yes." He looked down. His voice became soft. "She was my best friend, not my girlfriend." You blinked. "What?" He continued, his tone filled with pain. "Ria and I grew up together. She was always with me. She was special to me like family." He paused. 6 years ago she died?" Your eyes widened. "What?" Jungkook nodded slowly. "As my enemies from the mafia world killed her, they wanted to hurt me, so they hurt her." You put your hand over your mouth, shocked. He stepped back a little, his eyes distant now. "She died in a car crash, but it wasn't an accident. They planned it. I couldn't take it. I blamed myself every day. I went into depression. I lost myself." You felt your chest hurt hearing his words. "I lived with that guilt for years. It was only after my father helped me I started to come back slowly, very slowly." You whispered, "I'm sorry, Jungkook. I didn't know." He looked at you now. "Then I met you." You looked up into his eyes. You smiled at me. "You used to laugh around the mansion, make Gia laugh, and I felt something different." He smiled slightly. "When you were around, I didn't feel the guilt. I didn't feel the pain. I started healing. I started smiling again because of you." Your heart was beating fast now. "I thought maybe I deserve a chance to leave. I was planning to propose to you soon." Your eyes filled with tears. "You loved me?" He nodded. "Yes, I fell for you, Ryan." You felt your knees go weak. You looked at him, hurt and confused. "Then why did you hurt me all these days? If you loved me, why did you do that? Is love supposed to be this painful?" He looked away. "Because your mother came to me." "What?" He looked back at you. "One day she found your letters that once you wrote for me but never gave. They were in your cupboard." Your eyes widened. "She came to me and begged me. She didn't want daughter to fall in love with a mafia boss. She wanted someone normal, someone rich and safe for you." You were silent, shattered. He continued, "She told me to make you hate me. She said it would be better if you moved on. That's why I refused to marry you when my father asked. That's why I acted like dreamt about Ria. That's why I told Gia to participate in this acting." Tears filled your eyes, and you agreed to her just like that. He looked at you with sad eyes. "One, Ria died because of me. If anyone touched you because of me, I would never forgive myself. I didn't want your life to end like hers." He stepped closer again. "I thought pushing you away was the right thing. I thought hurting you would make you move on faster." You shook your head. "You should have told me. You should have trusted me." "I didn't want to risk it," he said softly. "I didn't want to risk losing you like I lost her." You wiped your tears. "I hated you, Jungkook. I cried every night. You had no idea." He touched your cheek. "I know, and I'm sorry. I'm truly sorry. I did everything purposely, but it was not because I didn't love you. It was because I did." You looked into his eyes. "Then why now? Why are you telling me all this now?" Because I can't lose you. I heard your mother is planning a marriage. I couldn't sit still. I couldn't let it happen. He stared at him. Marriage? Her heart was shaking. You had so many questions, so many feelings, but deep inside your heart still loved him. You lowered your eyes, tears flowing slowly. You looked at Jungkook with teary eyes. Just then there was a knock at your door. You quickly wiped your tears and opened it. Your mother stood outside with a tray of warm milk, but her eyes widened in shock when she saw Jungkook standing behind you in your room. Wine, what is he doing here? Mom, tell me the truth. Did you really ask him to make me hate him? She looked guilty, her eyes dropped to the floor. Yes, I did. Your chest tightened, you stepped back in disbelief. But why, Mom? Why would you do this to me? She took a deep breath, her voice shaking. I was scared. Jungkook is the Mafia King Wine. Do you know what that means? His enemies are dangerous. I didn't want your life to end like that girl. I wanted you to marry someone normal, someone who could keep you safe. Then why didn't you tell me? And what about that marriage proposal you were planning without asking me? I never agreed to that. I know you didn't agree, but you promised me you would do anything I say. I thought if I arranged the marriage, you would accept it because you trusted me. But I can't do that, Mom. I can't marry anyone else. Jungkook is my first love and it's not easy to move on. I loved him with my whole heart. Jungkook stood quietly behind you listening. You turned to him with soft but hurt eyes. And you, Jungkook, does this mean I can accept your love now after everything? He stepped forward, his voice low and full of guilt. Only if you still want to. I hurt you, Vine. I know I did. I broke your heart on purpose. I acted cold, rude, just to keep you safe. I thought if you hated me, you would walk away and live a better life. But all I did was give us both pain. You looked down. I need time. I need time to come out of this pain. I'm not ready yet, Jungkook. Jungkook nodded. I understand. I'm not asking you to love me now. I will wait no matter how long it takes. I will prove myself. I will make your mother believe I can live without blood on my hands. I will erase every threat for you. Your mother stayed silent, her face showing mixed emotions, guilt, regret, but also relief that you are speaking your heart. 6 months later, Jungkook didn't disturb you, not one call, not one text. He really gave you space, and you tried to heal. You spent time with your mother, focused on your small dreams, and slowly began to smile again. But every night your heart still whispered his name. One morning you looked out the window and saw the sun shining bright. For some reason your heart felt lighter, stronger. You picked up your phone and typed a message. Meet me at the park at 5 p.m. The sun was setting, the sky was painted orange and pink, the breeze was soft and birds chirped lightly in the trees. Jungkook arrived wearing a simple black shirt and jeans. He looked nervous but hopeful. Thank you for watching.